The protest against the Royal College of Psychiatrists event, Transgender, Time to Change. A number of us decided, well, if we're going to have an alternative event with our own speakers, we need some speakers. And we realised we didn't have any, so a number of us volunteered, and then we ended up contributing to the organisation, which is partly why I'm here. The idea, incidentally, came from Kai Weston's Facebook wall. I have no idea who originally suggested it, but we'll probably find out later because Kai will be joining us. So before I start on my presentation, which is a bit about the research I'm planning, and a bit about the history of trans academia as backdrop to that, I just want to say a little bit about this idea of trans education and determination, because I think it's about articulating ourselves, because I had an interesting experience earlier this week. I got a message on Facebook. Facebook is quite disturbingly powerful for such an impressive tool. I got a message from a friend saying, oh, I really, really need to talk to you, like, just personally about something very personal. And given that they were saying this to me, I thought, oh, they're going to come out to me. Which, as it turned out, they did. And as I sat there listening and being a good friend, and they struggled to articulate their feelings coming out as I have gender issues. And I remember saying a very similar thing because I couldn't bring myself to say these words. It's so hard to articulate your difference if you're seen as different. And it's great because I can now say this stuff. I can stand here and say, I'm a woman, I'm a girl, I'm transsexual, I'm a trans woman, I was assigned male at birth and now I'm female. And you know, that's just how I happen to describe myself. But I can say all of that, and it took years because in your head there's so many messages all around us all the time saying you're different, you're a freak, you're strange, you're funny, you're not attractive, you deserve to be beaten up, all around us all the time. And it's not just the people who fall into the trans umbrella, whatever that is, or the genderqueer umbrella, or the gender variant umbrella. It's feminists, tomboys, cross-dressers, men who push prams with their children in, and it strikes me as incredible that binary gender norms are still so incredibly powerful, and it's the power of those norms which I think makes it hard for us to articulate ourselves. But here we are, articulating ourselves. And the Royal College of Psychiatrists event was cancelled. There are different views on this. I happen to think it's a wonderful thing that it was cancelled, but that's me. Many Guardian readers disagree. But I think perhaps we should honour their original title. So my little presentation I decided to call Transgender, Time to Recognise Change.